Brothers, welcome back. I had said last week that I was going to make a update to all the new stuff that came into IdleOn as well as our progress as it is right now. So, going to be a lot to cover in this video. Let's get into it.
You gotta just press record.
All right, for starters, I believe last week we were sitting at about 800 mil, so we have plussed up another 400 mil. We are still above the 200% crit chance, so we're still multi-critting every single time, which is perfect. Still somehow not enough to multi-kill, but I mean these guys got 720 million HP, so we're close. The next big thing is if you look down here in the corner, our money percentage has shot up. Was able to get our bowmen kind of equipped, so they're both able to do about 1 million Gmush kills an hour. So I've had them be busy for about a week or so since the last time we talked, and as you can see, the void's just spiking, and every single elite we kill drops about 15 void now. So, you know, swimming in the money, you love to see it. And then I believe something that was requested quite a bit actually, especially in the Discord, was sailing. So I'm gonna come on over here. This is what I've got going on with me right now. And you know, we're starting to get a lot of them. I think we're sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 artifacts. A lot of them we've actually were able to get the ancient version. So we're moving along, but you still want to make sure you're still getting the resources. You don't want to just, you know, completely abandon an island because you're going to want, you know, the materials for the ship. So it was requested quite a bit to, you know, kind of go over what I've got going on. So let's see if we get any loot. Okay, nothing. Okay, so we're going to jump into the crew section here. And I'm not going to talk so much about the captains as I'm going to talk about the boats. Just because most of the questions tend to be about the boats, not necessarily the captains. So, good rule of thumb, right, is you want your boat speed, right, which is this speed down here, to get you to whatever island you're going to and back in that 2-hour period, right? So your best ship should be the one progressing to, you know, your furthest island. So the only difference, right, is this one's actually, I think, 3 hours, just because it's, you know, at 300,000 meters, and just not enough speed yet in the game to actually be able to do it. So my guy's at 3 hours. I know other people can do it in 2 hours. So first island, you know, second island, I believe this one is third. Let me look at it. It's 1,000 meters. Yeah. So in the progression of whatever island you're going, so this one would be 1, this one should be 2, then 3, 4, and then 5. You want to put your best ship forward to hit the 2 hours, and then as you kind of go along, your best ship should be the one progressing to the next island. And then it's the same thing across the board. So all your ships, you should be upgrading the sailing to a point where it's going to let you hit that 2-hour mark. So, you know, these two boats right here, the ones almost hitting 100K, those are my best boats. So those are the boats that are going to the farthest away island, you know, these 3 right here. And then once I'm in that position to be able to hit X island, so island 5, 6, 7, whichever island, once I can hit that in 2 hours, that's when you're starting to, you know, really just lay into the loot, right? And then I talked about it briefly, something that you really want to pay attention to. And if it's, you know, between splitting materials between one ship or another, is you want to push for the breakpoints. And I left this one right here to show you what a breakpoint is. So you can see it's going from 12.2K to 15.5K. Now that's a big leap. That's a leap of, you know, 3K more loot. Whereas all the rest of these are, you know, 5.4 to 5.49, 10.2 to 10.3, 10.8 to 10.9. So the breakpoints are what you want to aim for, right? You're just going to do that, you know, naturally, nothing to really, you know, freak out about. But if you really want to push, you got to be trying to push for those breakpoints. So yeah, that is what I'm doing. Best ship, push to the farthest away island, then start to plus up your loot. Something I did learn today or yesterday, it was one of those 2 days, is when you start to get to the point where you have, I don't even know how many ships I have, 1, 2, 3, like 15 or 16 ships. When you use your bottle of wind, when you log in after a long night, right, is when you start to see them come, hit escape, right, then collect your loot. then go back into it, then collect your loot, right? The game only progresses in terms of sailing when this map is open. So if you have, 5 guys over here on the faraway side, and you have this huge contingency of ships right here in the middle, as they're coming, hit escape, collect the loot, open it up again, hit escape, collect the loot. Kind of not really a workaround to, keep your ships from not just losing loot, if that makes sense. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to log on to all the characters. We'll see if we can't scoop up some sailing time, and then I can, kind of show you what I'm talking about. So we're just going to roll through all these guys. I put all of my guys onto sailing progression just to show this one point. So hopefully, we can proc it a couple times. If we only get one, it's not going to be as impactful. So we're going to try and stack some of this. So far, not getting too lucky, even though I've put 100 golden hamsters on every single one of my characters. And everyone on the Divinity Shrine is wearing a turban, as you can see. So if you don't know, that gives you, 15%, I believe? 15% golden food chance. So, there we go. So that should be about an hour and a half, so there should still be a solid amount of ships that are going to progress. So that should be good enough for this brief, I guess, tutorial or visual. So when I come down, right, there's going to be a lot of ships because that was about an hour and a half. So I'm going to come in there, and the second I open the map, I'm going to close the map. See, so I got 4, and I can loot all that, and then I can open it again, get another 4. Now this is going to be more profound when you have, a 10-hour, however long you're doing it. Either way, that was a total of 18 chests. Even with the relic I have right here that allows me to hold 2 more chests, that's still only 15. So I would have just lost out on 3 chests there. So that is a very good trick. I can't tell you who in the main Discord said that, but been doing it since then, and it's just been working out like an absolute champ. So if you're constantly hitting your max and this loot pile is constantly full, go ahead and give that a try. It's been working for me. Hopefully it works for you. But I believe that is enough about sailing. Hopefully that does help you. If you have any questions, sailing is probably my favorite skill in the game right now. So I would love to answer all your questions about skilling. Or, I'm sorry, not skilling, sailing. I would love to answer all your questions about sailing. We're making pretty good progress in gaming as well. I'm just, randomly just jumping through here trying to get stuff. Not really sure what to upgrade in gaming. I'm not giving it as much thought as I give in sailing, just because, I think sailing is fantastic. Little sprinkler, if you're not doing the pay-to-play strategy, fantastic. Dirty shovel is huge, right? I am sitting at, I don't even know. Let me move Camtasia out of the way again. I'm sitting at a 305 times multiplier, so I would say, in terms, the shovel, probably S tier. The shell that you unlock at, I think it was 1 trillion. It was somewhere around 1 trillion when I unlocked it. So it's giving 7% gaming bits per rank, and it's just something that's going to, level up passively. So at level 6, or sorry, rank 6, getting a 42% gaming bit gain. So that's pretty good. And then, of course, you got the squirrel. He just gives you acorns. You spend acorns on, whatever. So at the current rank I've got it, it's giving me a 1.5 and then a 21% faster speed for that. So, again, not too good at gaming. If you have some questions about gaming, I'd still love to answer them as best as I can. But really just leaning into sailing with World 5. I just love World 5 and sailing. We were able to, however, get a new god. Still haven't unlocked this. So I asked my Discord what they think it is, and it looks like it's going to be some sort of gaming material that I just haven't unlocked yet. But yeah, so we are up to, what is this, 6 gods now? So we are at 6 gods, and we're looking at the 7th one. 5% chance for 36,000, or I can do a tithe for 182,000. It doesn't matter, because I'm probably going to leave, my 6 guys in there normally, and then, we'll try and give the 5% a shot. I do know that this one is going to be huge for sailing. It gives you a humongous sailing speed increase. And we're pushing about 100k now anyways. So as a sailor, I love it. I'm trying to get it. I'm going to try and get it. Other than that, we're still pretty much the same across the board. I did change one thing. So I put all name Archer because he's my Beastmaster. He's not really doing a whole lot of the killing. Put him into the lab, so these 6 are still completing my lab. I put Ocean's 11, who is my Blood Berserker, with the 30%. That's for ladle gain. Pots and Pots is still on the Praying Mantis. And I also put both of the Bowmen on the Praying Mantis as well because of the 2 times kills for Death Note, which also turns to money. So that's working out for me right now. What I see happening is at the very end of World 5, and we've unlocked every single god, and these guys are probably going to go back to the lab anyways. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to change them all to the Elephant, and the reason why is when claiming non-candy AFK gains, also progress one of the following by the AFK time: refinery, 3D printer, cooking, pet breeding, sailing, or gaming. And I've actually seen I've seen a picture of a guy claim his whatever his AFK time is with the golden hamster gummy candy, which claiming AFK gives sailing AFK time a 1% chance, as well as the Elephant, and he was getting, you know, stacks of 20-hour, you know, progression for, you know, gaming, for sailing, and then that just seems really good for gaming. And they're going to go in the lab anyways, and, you know, it's at that point where Divinity is going to be kind of dead because there's no new gods to unlock. So, something I'm going to think about in the background, but there's still a lot of things that came with World 5 that I need to show you. Alright, doesn't seem like so long ago that we were all here anyways. So, World 5 did come with it a couple new recipes. I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There should be an 8th one right there. It's the only one I haven't unlocked, which is sausages. And, you know, some of them are pretty good. So, the first one, the Head Chef Bread, 44 bits gained in gaming. That's pretty good, right? That's a good one. The Kiwi Fruit, 24% liquid cap for liquids 3 and 4. Obviously, that's because of the level I have it at. Just showing you guys what the cooking item will give you, not necessarily, you know, at level 1. So this one's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody was ever begging for more liquid cap for liquids 3 and 4, but we got it. Popcorn, 22% sailing speed, really good one, really good one. Hearing some back and forth in the main Discord and my Discord that, you know, the sailing speed stuff isn't necessarily working, which, hey, that's good, right? Well, let me rephrase that. It's not good because obviously you'd want to have it, but when it does get fixed, as good as you are now, you're going to be even better. So, double cherries. I believe this is still level 11, so 330% meal cooking speed, really good one. The Ratatouille at I think this is level 13 or 14. Give me 104% lower kitchen upgrade cost. It was really good because I was able to get, you know, a couple more levels on all of my kitchens just by making it. The Giant Tomato, 55% gaming XP. It's good now, right? I believe I'm 50. So I'm 55 gaming, 42 sailing, 25 div. Getting gaming experience exceptionally fast. I know it might be important later once the elite classes come, but, you know, I wouldn't prioritize this one. I would, however, prioritize the Wrath Grapes because Divinity XP, sources of Div XP right now, right, few and far between. So, really good just all around. I loved all the new stuff. And the reason why I loved them so much is that's 8 new plates to Diamond Plate. So that got me to 55 trillion cooking XP an hour. Loved it. And then a couple things we did do off screen. Wasn't a fan of this one. Was we did beat the round 200 in the arena. Got to 201. Just couldn't take it anymore. It was the most boring thing I think I've ever done in my life. I started at 3 p.m. and finished at 11:30 p.m. So that's what, 8.5 hours? Did the Rattler, I'd have to think of the composition. It was Rattler, then it was, I can't think of it right now. I'll post it down in the comments what my composition was. It was a converter strategy, that much I know. And it wasn't speed so much as safety and reliability. Like, you will hit round 200. It won't be fast, but you will hit round 200. So, don't recommend. It took a really, really obnoxiously long time. And then today, actually, we did the 3 new pet battles. So I know there's a couple strategies floating around. I did the same thing for all 3 of them, and not recommended, but I definitely am a big believer in the get it done the first time as opposed to dicking around with it for a long time. So I just did double rattler, mono, refiller, defender, refiller, and it took 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and this one was the big one just because it had, I don't know, something like 30 or 50, 60 some billion health. This one took exactly an hour and 2 minutes to do. And if you go that route, you'll get it the first time. Your hands are going to hurt like mine do. But it was 15k stacks is enough to start to do damage against the boss, right? Because you're going to just start to do enough damage to out DPS the healers. At 18k stacks, you're going to start to make progress, which means you're going to get past 60 billion down to like 50 billion. And then at 22k stacks, you're going to rapidly make progress. So that's every time the mono cuts off, you'll do about 1 billion damage. And I finished at 23,100 and some stacks, right? Because it obviously cut off with the refiller. So that took an hour and 2 minutes, was the first try, didn't lose a pet. Exceptionally boring, but if you're fucking around, if you're messing around, if you're messing around and you're just not getting it, you're getting frustrated like I did, you'll get it done the first try. It will be boring, it's going to take you a long time, but you'll get it done. Alright, not a whole lot going on in World 3. There's a lot of the different artifacts that affect things in World 3, but nothing crazy going on right now. We are, however, going to jump into World 2, because as you all know, something did happen with the addition of World 5. So the Myriad crate now goes to 100,000 stacks. Good luck to all you crazy lads that are trying to max this out. With the addition of 2 that I have, there's supposed to be a third one. So 2 new crates. I think I talked about this one last time. So the Scurvy crate, right? 5% AFK counts for sailings, 150 agility, and 15% total damage. And then yesterday did unlock the Box of Gosh, which is going to be 50% Divinity XP, 150 Wisdom, and 18% Divinity gain at level 800. And then we come down to the Alchemy. So each one of the 4 different cauldrons did get new bubbles for you to unlock. So if you go down across the board, these 3 are all going to be the same. It's weapon power based off of, a bow, a wand, or a spear. And then it's just going to be, fishing and mining, catching and trapping, and then chopping and worship power. And then a big bubble for the 3 new main skills. So one for gaming, where you can count as claiming AFK gains. Claiming AFK gains for sailing, and then it's just going to be Divinity XP gain. And then this one's going to be base strength, base agility and luck, and base wisdom per 100 items found on the slab. And then at the very top, it's total damage. I haven't been able to get any of the materials to level this up, but this is going to be really nice. Really, really nice for my mage once I get whatever this is. Don't know what that is yet, but I'm going to find out. And then coming over into the yellow cauldron, the Boaty Bubble. So that's going to be sailing % speed for boats. The Big P, which is a multiplier for, a higher bonus than displayed from the passive bonus of the deity you're linked to in Divinity, aka Bigger God passives. The Bit by Bit, so more bits earned in gaming per plant found, as found in the logbook. Then we have Gifts Abound. I only got a couple of these. Really do need to level it up. And then Atom Split, something that's going to be, I'm sure, monumental when the Super Collider actually does come out. We don't have it just yet. Nothing crazy here in the Liquid tabs, but in the Vial tab, we did get a couple new Vials to unlock. I believe I'm missing the Dust Mites. I'm missing 3. So I'm missing the Dust Mites. I'm missing the Uzi Souls, which is the new World 5 Worship Totem. And then I'm missing the last mob, their monster drop material. So I'm missing 3. I've got the other 5. So we have the Ash Agua. That's talent points for tab 4. We have the Hamster Drippy Sailing XP gain. Then Maple Syrup, which we did plus up to level 11 just because the logs, of course, super easy to get. And it's really good because it's going to give you Divinity XP. We have the Dreadnought, so the new, or the bar version of it. It's going to give you cooking speed, 4% per level for all meals, and then the OJ juice, which is another 24% sailing speed. In the pay to win tab, there is an addition of 3 new sigils, one for divinity, one for sailing, and one for World 6 that I believe is just a placeholder. So yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for me today, brothers. Huge gains. Glad that I'm now a part of the 1 Billy Club, 1.2 Billy Club, and you know, we're starting to progress. We're just waiting now on the last couple thousand salt. I believe it's 2,000 Nello salt. We'll get the troll helmet, and then the rest of my guys are actively pushing Bubo to get the World 5 weapon, and then the other characters are pushing to get the hamsters that I'm going to need for the weapon, and also all the recipes that I'm going to need to make the rest of the gear. But like I said, if you guys have any questions about World 5, absolutely I'm stuck in. This is the best world, in my opinion. Just from the serotonin you get from getting a new artifact. But yeah, if you have any questions, especially about sailing, because that's my favorite skill, please do let me know down below. I love answering questions. But I'm rambling. I'm going to wrap it up here, and I'll catch you brothers in the next one.